Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to February's edition of Coffee of the Month. And this month we have got something special. This month we have gone for a blended coffee, and if you're a subscriber you will probably have received yours through the post. We really hope you're enjoying it. We've really enjoyed putting this blend together. You see, specialty coffee industry celebrates the single origin. So coffees that have come from a specific region or a specific country, and what we wanted to do is we wanted to try and put together some blends that would best represent a certain flavour profile that we could showcase, that would celebrate the best of specialty coffee. So coffees that are really high grown, funky, really out there, really sort of sweet, and just showcase the best of what specialty coffee has to offer. So this month we have gone for the 2 Stories blend. 2 Stories blend is made up of 2 coffees, one from Rwanda. So the first coffee is from Rounton, which is in the southern part of Rwanda. It's grown at around about 1600 meters above sea level. It is a red bourbon variety, and it is a naturally processed coffee. Super sweet, super fruity, and just an absolutely awesome representation of the coffees that are coming out of Rwandan. It's a collection of smallholder farmers, around about 1,300 smallholder farmers, that will deliver their cherries to a collection point. It goes onto the Huye Mountain washing station to be processed, and they are doing an absolutely awesome job. It is full of fruits and cherries and sweetness, and is just an absolute perfect coffee for a specialty coffee blend. Secondly, we have gone for a coffee from a well-known farm that we've worked with before, and we always buy coffees from this farm every year. We have gone for a Pacamara Natural from El Salvador. So this coffee comes from the Usulatan region in the southeast of El Salvador. It's grown at around about 1600 meters above sea level as well. It's a Pacamara variety, and it is also naturally processed. So what we've got is we've got a 50-50 split. We've got 50% Huye Mountain, 50% El Salvador Pacamara Los Pyrenees, and it is so sweet and creamy and just gives you the best of specialty coffee, really. So without further ado, let's bang it in the cafetiere, let's get it ground, let's get it brewed, and let's have a taste. Right, so 50 grams I've ground. It's taken us a little while to put this together, really. We tried a few variations that didn't quite work at the start, but then we decided to go for a Rwandan for our first sort of coffee of the month in January. Link above if you want to go and check out the Rwanda blender. We have maybe half a bag left if you want to grab yourself some of that. And on the table when we were assessing the Rwandan coffees, there was a little sparkly Huye Mountain at the end, naturally processed, which just shone. So I knew I was going to go for a washed coffee for January. Something niggling away in the back of my mind for the last month, thinking I need to get my hands on that Rwandan natural. So we brought it back in, we cooked it again, and I just knew it was going to go into this blend. Los Pyrenees we have got good links with, so we were trying a few variations, and we put these two together in a 50-50 split, and the El Salvador coffee just adds the depth, the creaminess, the nuttiness, the base, the foundation for the blend, and then sprinkle of the Huye Mountain on top of that, and you just get something which, and you can smell it in this cafetiere straight away, just so much sweetness. There's a little bit of chocolatey notes in there, a little bit of nuttiness, loads and loads of fruit, almost sort of blackberry sort of smells. It's just so fresh, and so, I mean, it's just what specialty coffee is about, really. So we're going to get some water on it, we're going to brew it, we're going to drink it, we're going to slurp it, and we're going to enjoy it. Let's get some water on it. Smelling it on the dry and smelling it on the wet, I just can't believe how sweet this coffee is. Los Pyrenees is renowned for producing some absolutely epic coffees. Gilberto, who owns the farm, Los Pyrenees, is doing some absolutely incredible things, growing some absolutely incredible varietals, and doing quite a lot of extensive research into different processing methods and different types of varietals that are grown, what's best grown for certain processing methods, experimenting with different processing methods, and just sort of at the forefront of specialty coffee. Huye Mountain coffees are notorious in the specialty world over the last few years, and they're always entering coffees into the Rwandan Cup of Excellence and getting really high scores. And this coffee is just, I mean, it's just so sweet. I just can't believe how sweet it is. It's almost like a baked fruit. Like, you know, when you make a crumble at home and you whack a load of sugar in and you let that simmer and reduce for I don't know how long, maybe an hour, and it all breaks down and you just get that really delicious smell through the house of baked apples and blackberries and raspberries, and the sweetness from the sugar and the syrup. This smells absolutely delicious. It's been an absolute beauty of a coffee for me. A couple more minutes, we're going to break the crust off, we're going to let it sit and settle, and then we're going to pour and we're going to get stuck in. Right, we've given it another few minutes. So, what I really like about this blend is how versatile it is, and how, I mean, we're enjoying it as cafetiere on a morning. I've brewed it as a pour over, as a V60, and it comes out really nice and clean and crisp and sweet. It's beautiful. Also tried it as espresso, and it's the funkier side of specialty coffee, so they're both naturally processed coffees, so they're very, very sweet. Takes a little bit of work to get it dialed in, but if you're willing to give it the work, you can get some extremely sweet, balanced acidity and really nice texture in an espresso. Probably not going to be the best with milk, although if you're into that thing you can try it. But as an espresso, it's really, really, really top quality. And as a simple cafetiere, it just works. I mean, they're just an absolute marriage of two super quality, high scoring, high grown, specialty grade coffees that just lend themselves beautiful on their own. But I think there is a place for blends within specialty coffee, although you don't see a huge amount especially as retail. But I think it's not just about chucking a few coffees together and thinking, oh, that'll do. I'll add a little bit of an Ethiopian to a Central American coffee, and then I've got a nice blend. I think it's got to be thought out, the process you've got to go through. You've got to cup endless amounts of coffee to know what will work well with what. And I think the depth of the coffees from El Salvador match that to the fruity sort of sweetness of the Rwandan, and I think we've done a good job here. Roasted pretty medium. They're not that easy to roast, natural coffees, to get a really good result, and I will admit that. But we sort of developed them a little bit more in the roaster. We've brought out that depth. Really great body, velvety, really sweet, super sweet, and just delicious. I don't think it's going to hang around for long, so if you're interested in trying, grab yourself a bag. And that is February's coffee of the month. 2 Stories blend, absolutely one of the sweetest coffees we've had at Rounton Coffee. If you're a subscriber, you've probably tried this. I really hope you like it as much as me. And that's it. That is February's coffee of the month. 2 Stories blend. El Salvador, Los Pyrenees, Pacamara natural, Rwandan, Huye Mountain, naturally processed. As always, thanks for watching. Stay focused. Drink delicious coffee. Wow.